What's a good word, y'all? It's your boy DKB here. Let's get into our cornerback situation. So, Brandin Echols, in my opinion, is on the chopping block. The New York Jets may never outright come out and say this, but that has to be the opinion of Robert Saleh, I would assume, coming into this season. Now, the situation that Brandin Echols finds himself in is that he is still dealing with fallout from a high-speed car crash that occurred, I believe, in 2022, which ended up resulting in a one-year suspension for him in 2023 to start the season. But this isn't in the rear view. This isn't one of those situations where a guy just had a quick situation, all of the legal stuff played out already. It's in his rear view. He's done well on the field. He's, earned the coaching staff's respect once again. He's not in any of that. Right now, he has an ongoing lawsuit with that pedestrian who, by the way, is still suffering with ongoing issues medically. And he's issued a lawsuit not only against Brandin Echols, but the New York Jets franchise itself has also been roped into this. And the reason that they are roped into this is they cited a negligent hiring history when it comes to him, right? And more so specifically the fact that they didn't do their due diligence to look into his background and see that he's had, multiple speeding citations and or tickets and other related drama to it, and or car crashes, right? I don't know the history myself. I'm not going to sit here and do a background check on Brandin Echols, but that's essentially the crux of their argument in that lawsuit that pertains to the New York Jets. I also can imagine this striking near and dear to Robert Saleh, who lost a great friend, and we've seen how this has emotionally traumatized him, in Greg Knapp, rest in power, who was also struck by a drunk driver, which resulted in his passing. Now, if you put all of that aside, which is extremely hard to do, I would imagine, right? But nonetheless, Brandin Echols isn't, I don't want to undersell this like he isn't a vital part or a strong piece to this cornerback room and also a good contributor, because he is. But if you want to just put it in black and white, as cornerback 4 last year, he played 143 snaps, which was good for 15% of the total defensive plays, and that was a career high for him. So, excuse me, not a career high. He played a ton when he was out there partnering with Bryce Hall his rookie year, but since then, it's been the highest amount of snaps that he's seen, with obviously MC2, DJ Reed, Sauce Gardner comfortably ahead of him on the depth chart. You can easily replace him, in my opinion, with the Quantez Stiggers. And yes, I am very high on him, but I do believe in his ability to play inside and outside just like Brandin Echols can. He's coming in with a clean history. Obviously, you've seen from the Flight 24 videos how endeared to the hearts of not just the coaching staff, but also some of these guys. I think it was the head of security in our building that got choked up on the phone. So there's high thoughts about Quantez Stiggers, and obviously everybody feels really good about what his potential will be. Jeff Ulbrich has kind of tempered some early expectations, but ultimately, if you want to try to compare apples to apples, let's say comparatively enough, you're talking about the same kind of quality player. And I guess there's no way to say that isn't being disrespectful to Brandin Echols, right? Stiggers hasn't played any meaningful snaps in the NFL yet. But ideally, is he, leagues ahead of Quantez Stiggers? I would say no. He, does have a tenacity for making strong plays, right? He's the Fins killer. He's gone out there and put up not just an interception, but also a touchdown in both of the times he's been able to see the Dolphins and Tua. So there's quality play to him. But honestly, I would cut the dead weight. There are some personal feelings in here. I'm not a fan of drunk drivers and speeding and all this kind of stuff. But outside of this guy dying, right, this isn't too dissimilar from Henry Ruggs type situations. And the NFL as a whole will have to figure out how they want to make examples of this kind of behavior, because it's really intolerable. But I'll get off the soapbox when it comes to that. Ultimately, what it comes down to is I don't know how Brandin Echols recovers from this situation and remains on the roster when you have a suitable enough replacement in Stiggers, and there's depth pieces that they have brought out behind him. They could, bring in another veteran for that 5th spot if they really want to, but it's a tough call. Nonetheless, let me know ultimately what you guys think. Am I just going 0 to 100 here in regards to this situation, or do you guys think this is feasible enough that even with the talents and the production we've seen out of him in limited usage and his rookie year on a larger scale, that the New York Jets will oversee this situation and allow him to play? And as just final thoughts, it may take until the end of the preseason, but I do expect at some point he'll be off the 53-man roster before week 1 kicks off. But that's where I end things. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you again. Peace.